Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name's Ben. In a previous video, I was splitting some firewood out here in the wood yard, and I was splitting and I come across some fence inside the logs. It was embedded in there, and somebody commented and said, "Bet you're glad you didn't hit that with your chainsaw." Well, actually I did. I hit it more than once. You just saw me cutting that round out there, and I was using the Shindawa here with the 591 with this chain. It was damaged pretty bad, but I've gotten it back in shape. It's close. It needs some work on the rakers and a few things more done to it, but this video is going to be about, I've got another chain. I'm going to put it on the saw here. We're going to go out and cut with it. I can't remember if it's cutting off bad to the left or bad to the right, but we're going to go out there and cut around or show you what it's doing, and then I'm going to show you the steps I take to get it back cutting straight. Okay, here's the round where I realized I had a problem. See, it looks fine here toward the top, but you get here and you can see the severe curve to the right. I don't know if it's curving to the right or the left. That's why I'm going to stick the saw in another round. I don't remember which side where I was cutting from, but once you get to binding like this, you're just wrestling. You're not doing much good. Well, that's enough for this test. It's already bound up enough. I can't even hardly get the saw out of the log if you pull it straight out. So it's cutting to the left. Okay, so the first step is we've just made our cut and we're cutting off to the left. So I come in from the back of the saw, and you can look at these teeth. Okay, from the back, this one is a left cutter. And this and the tip is over on the right side. So these are the right cutters. So if it's cutting off to the left, that's telling me that the left cutters are doing more than the right ones. So my first step is I'm going to get over here and I'm going to sharpen the right cutters. I'm not even going to touch the left cutters, just the right cutter. We're going to clean those up, then we're going to go and make another test cut. All right, so the first thing I always do is I got two teeth. There's two right cutters here that are right together. They're still hard to find. I always just mark them with a red Sharpie there. That way I know when I get back to those, I'm done with that side. So just to recap real quick what we're doing, we were cutting to the left, so the left cutters are cutting more than the right cutters. Just so happened those two that link together, mark those in red. So that's where I'm going to start. So I'm just going to take a pretty good bit. If I see one that's damaged worse than the others, we'll go from there. So I'm just going about 5 or 6 strokes this first time through. There's a tooth like this one seems to be messed up. I know y'all probably can't see that, but I may give it a few more. You can feel it also. I'm going through it. They're pretty rough, and then after about 6 strokes and they kind of get smoother. Okay, so we're back around to the red teeth. So I've hit all the right cutters. Got all the rights, haven't touched the left. So let's go make a quick test cut and see if we accomplished anything at all. Well, that was a surprise. I wasn't expecting it to make that much improvement. I was able to cut through the whole log. It's still pinching, it's not cutting very well, but it cut reasonably straight. But we'll go do a little more work on the chain now. I'm thinking we'll probably hit the same cutters some more and do some more with the depth gauges and see where we are. Okay, so we saw some improvement. So I'm gonna go ahead now. I've marked my 2 right cutters where the chain meets. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna hit the right side again, probably about 3 or 4 strokes on each tooth. Then I'm gonna turn around and come back and hit the left one, just to, I don't know, 2 or 3 strokes, just to put a little touch on those, and we'll go back and do another test run. Give you a close-up of the tooth. I don't know if y'all can see that. But you see that line on there going, is that an angle? Same angle. So I try to keep the same angle. You know, but there's people that have different thoughts, theories. They change the angle for different woods. But like I say, I just try to keep it simple. So I try to stay as close as I can to the factory angle. I'm not trying to compete in a hot saw competition or nothing. I just want it to pull through the wood even, steady, and straight. All right, right cutters are done. We'll flip around and hit the left one. Then we're just gonna make a cut, and I may come back and tweak some more after that. All right, we'll just briefly we'll hit these left cutters, and we'll go back and make another cut. If it feels rough, then I go ahead and give it an extra stroke or so. I do a lot of it just by feeling how the tooth feels. Okay, back around. Let's go test it. Okay, y'all, we're gonna go through here. I've hit all my teeth. I'm pretty happy the way the chain's cutting. I'm gonna go back and adjust my rakers, the depth gauges. I got my handy dandy all-in-one sharpening tool. It's what it says, but most of the time, if I have to do a lot of sharpening on the tooth, I'm gonna use this, just a plain file. And then I only use this for when I need to think my rakers need some attention, because you're having to put down pressure with this, because this flat file is what's doing the work on the raker. So if you try to hold up and sharpen the top of the tooth, like mainly I worry about when I'm sharpening it to cut, you're not going to do much with the down pressure. So this is just not really planning on doing any more sharpening to the teeth with this. But I'm going to go ahead and touch them all up, both sides. Then we'll go back out and do a final cut. It should be good to go, but I'm not going to bore y'all watching me sharpen this whole thing with this guy. It gets pretty slow and boring, but something like that. I'm going either when I'm working on my depth gauges, the rakers, I'm just going to hit them about 3 licks. All right, guys, I'm pretty pleased with how that worked out. We got the chain sharpened. It took me about 30 minutes, I guess. That's counting moving the camera and everything. But it went from, it would not go through the round. It was cutting to the left, pinching severely. I hit the right cutters. Lesson here is hit the opposite cutters the way it's going. If it's going to the left, hit your right cutters. Hit them pretty aggressively. Don't even touch the left side. Then, go give yourself a test cut. You want to get straight best you can, and then you can start tweaking out and getting it really sharp. But it was cutting fine there at the end. I wasn't having to put any pressure on it to go through the wood. It was just pulling right through. I'm pretty pleased with it. So we're going to call this a win. But anyway, if you like my videos, go ahead and give me that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification icon so you know when I put up new videos. And like always, we're going to catch you on the next one. And I really appreciate you watching. Thanks.